So hello and welcome everybody to the session of software and system commands. So first tell me, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Yeah, thanks. So myself Ankur Parmar. So today I will be taking this session and I suppose this is an open session. So whatever doubts you guys have, you guys can just start asking your doubts. So have you guys started practicing the commands? Have you installed some version of Linux where you can practice?
Sir, we have started, but we are facing certain troubles here. I don't have a background in CS, so there are many things that I am not able to grasp properly. Like there are a few
Okay.
commands in our this graded assignment also, like cat and so, but the things that we have to search, like using man command and so on.
So this is just the first week, and even if you don't have any background in CS, it should not be very difficult for you. It would feel different initially, but I won't say that this course would be difficult for you. So, which command you face issue in this first week?
So in PPA also there was a command we have to move files, but I don't know how to use how to move just files which have extension .txt.
Hmm.
So means there are some sort of filtering is required, but how should I perform it on Bash? I don't know.
Yeah, so I can agree with you that in first week there can be questions like which may not have been discussed exactly. So is like star.txt and these things not discussed in the lectures of first week? I don't remember now. It's a long
So
time I've seen.
filtering was not discussed, like how can we move files based on its extension. We did study that how to move file from one place to another, or how to rename them using move command, but not
Okay.
filtering like .txt files.
So listing, was the listing discussed? How to list only txt files?
No, sir, it was not discussed. But listing of all the files were discussed, and in long format also, in code also, they were discussed, but not of a specific format or sorry, extension.
Okay, so these assignments are in practice, I suppose, not the graded ones, right? Hello.
Yeah,
Sir,
I think that's PPA.
Okay, so these are only the PPAs you are talking about, right? So don't worry. In the initial week, these PPAs, uh, I'm not sure like if they would have covered. That's why I asked you. So if these guys have not covered that, if this is not covered, then you would be able to solve these practice assignments definitely in the after a few days. Okay. So accept the practice assignments, focus on the graded assignment. Practice assignments is just for you to a bit on the challenging side for you to explore things. You can
okay.
explore a lot of things outside of the week one content, and you can do that.
So I was also going to that file system hierarchy of Linux also. We don't
Yeah.
I don't know means till how much depth we need to study it. Just grasping some definitions or just किस फाइल के अंदर क्या है अपना किस तरह से वो स्ट्रक्चर्ड है किस लेवल तक हमें डीप में जाना है जहाँ तक हमें लेक्चर में करवा रहा है कि दैट विल बी सफिशिएंट.
Okay, I will tell you one thing very clearly. Don't worry about memorizing things in this course. So Professor Fani Kumar is never after you guys. That he is not expecting you guys to memorize each and everything. Okay, so even in if you guys get a hold of quiz questions or and final exam questions, you will get to know that leaving aside very common things like
Hmm.
other commands, if we ask something related to some options of some commands, we don't expect you to remember. We will give the meaning of the options and the use of the options in the hints itself, in the question itself.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The key for this course is practice. So suppose a listing of files, right? So long listing of files, the option is ls minus l. So this we expect you to remember. But suppose there is an option with ls that we want to use in some question, then we will give that option there itself, the meaning or use of the option. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So very common. So these kind of in few weeks down, you will get to like learn about pattern matching and grep command. So in grep command, there are a lot of options. We won't expect you to remember every option there also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. And with respect to this one, with the file system thing, so there's no limit to it. You can go like however deep you want. And
Okay.
this you will, even after that, you will face a lot of issues because there are a lot of concepts, those are related to operating system concepts that you may not be aware of. And we don't
Hmm.
expect you guys to know that. So this file structure, that file system, and so specifically treat that as a file structure that uh, professor expects you to learn, so that down the line, if you in your day-to-day workload, if you face some issues, you should be able to check those things. For example, if you want to check, if you have two hard disks connected, you should be able to check what is the which one is getting filled, and if you want to if you will need more space, or if you have added some USB device, then where will you go and find that if that is not directly searchable? Okay. So how
Okay,
are
sir.
devices mounted? So all these things, just that.
Sir, there were many directories, in lectures, Professor referred to a Zoom directory as a link in user slash bean. But in my system, it was not visible, and I just tried one of the linking directory, like right directory, and the thing happened is that it was linked to some another directory, and that when I went to that directory, it was again backlinked to the same directory. So many
Okay.
things are happening here that we are not able to grasp at this moment.
No, I didn't understand exactly what issue you faced with this loop of soft link, but
Sir,
the thing is that this directory structure
hmm,
concept, there's no
hmm,
like strict what can we say standard for it. Like there are a lot of versions of linux, and which linux flavor you are using, a lot of things depends on that also. So majorly
okay, sir.
there are two rpm and debian based linux systems, but even the two debian based linux system can differ in somewhat in the file, the locations where they place system files and where they uh, uh, place other files. So there's no
Hmm.
standard for it. So sir, whatever sir is referring, those things will always be there. The location could be different in different flavors of Linux. And that is why for consistency from you guys, what we expect is that you use either Ubuntu, or there's a question like what do we do to install Ubuntu in MacBook? So for MacBook, you don't need to install Ubuntu. You can install Docker, and inside Docker you can use Ubuntu command line. You cannot use the full GUI version inside Docker for MacBook. And if you guys don't get a hold of it, we have a PDF with detailed instructions on how to do this. Just post a question on Discourse and you'll get hold of that file. If you can
So
search
like
this
on
in
the link,
old Discourse posts, there also you will get this. How what to do on MacBook.
or like
Yeah,
sir, the thing that I was mentioning was about the symbolic. Can I share my screen, please?
I don't think you would be able to share your screen here.
Okay, sir. I will just post it on Discord because
Yeah,
it was
sure,
also
yeah, sure.
something new for me also. No?
So please post the system details also. What version of Linux is installed and how you are using it. Are you using it as
I
a
mentioned it.
inside WSL, inside of some virtual machine, or directly
So
installed?
okay, so I will mention it, but for it's in Oracle VM, the same the professor used.
Okay. And what flavor of Ubuntu you are using, that also. Please post that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So, so again, coming back to this question, what to do, how to install Linux Ubuntu, you guys would have already been informed that we have to work on Ubuntu and specifically the bash shell. Now on Mac, the shell by default is KSH, and there are a lot of similarities, but they are not exactly same. So, so that's why, for sake of consistency, uh, we want you everybody to use the same version. So on Mac, I have already told you that search for the old posts in Discourse, like how to install Docker and Ubuntu inside Docker on MacBook. For Windows, who are using not very old laptops, there is a good option for them. A very good option that is provided by Windows itself. You guys can use WSL2. Okay. So that is Windows subsystem for Linux, and second version has already been launched some years back. There you would be able to use Linux complete in GUI mode, and you won't even feel need of installing Ubuntu as a second OS. For those who really want to install Ubuntu as second OS, even if they have all the other available options, or those who use Windows 7 or below, and they want to use Linux, they can install it as a second operating system on their machines, on their PCs. So it's not very difficult. Or the last option is you can just can create a bootable pen drive. Okay, bootable USB, there from which you can boot your Linux directly every time whenever you want to use. But this option is not recommended highly, because it's not very easy to make a bootable drive that sustains your last changes. Every time you create some you make some configuration changes, those you may not find next time when you boot. And the last option for just on the go practice is Replit. Go on Replit. There is a console on the console pane. There you can try whatever commands you want, and there there it will those commands will be very consistent, because it uses the same version what we want. So Replit is another option. Got it, guys?
Once again, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted to ask something, or are you noting down?
No, no, sir. Most of the commands are working in the Mac terminal, sir. So that's
Yeah,
the
that's what
commands.
I'm saying. That is a
Yeah,
KSH cell.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but I can tell you that there are some commands like PS. There the output would be different. They won't be exactly same. Now what will
Yeah.
happen if we ask you some question where you have to parse the output of some command, and the output is not different, not exactly same in KSH and bash, then the number of field where the information is available, desired information is available, that may change. In that case, the solution will change. The logic would not change, but the solution would change, and then you would face an issue that the solution that you have designed on KSH, it's not working on the portal in some graded assignment or practice question. Okay, if you copy paste the code from there to here, from KSH to here, it may not work exactly for some questions. That is the reason.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, any other doubts?
Sir, how should we approach this subject? Can you just give some guidance? Because I'm a diploma student and our orientation is scheduled today itself at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so how should you approach can you elaborate more? What is desired at the end? You want marks or you want to be using Linux in your day-to-day life?
Sir, I will be more inclined for using the Linux because learning is more important here, no?
Yeah. So if you are more focused on that, I would say, firstly, you have to be all in. Like you have to install some Linux some way so that you can use it with full administrator privileges. Okay, you don't have any restrictions on using any of the commands. So I would say either use the best is to you install Linux as a second OS. In that case, if you want to use it and in day-to-day life, and that is actually very beneficial because you get everything you want for educational purposes and a lot of things for entertainment also, like media players or any software for torrent software or whatever, or even the office software, they are there. And most of the things nowadays work inside the browser itself, so that is no different with different operating systems. So there is no flexibility that you would lose other than gaming, that may not be supported as much as it is supported on Windows. You may not find a lot of games on Linux or some other professional level video editing or CAD softwares. Other than that, uh, you will you will find Linux very useful. For example, in last session as an instructor, I faced an issue where I had to copy a lot of files. I have to create a lot of files and folders from one location to other, and that too in Google Drive. That too not on my local machine. There was some requirement for which I had to transfer all the files in one drive. The location was full. I was using some local account for that. I was not using an account where I had a lot of space. So for moving all the folders and all the files, there was no option for me using graphical user interface. So you are getting the problem, right? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Should I repeat the problem again?
No, sir, we got it. Like
So the
when we have to
problem
do
was,
something.
yeah, I have to copy a lot of files and folders from one Google Drive to another. Now, I will tell you, I had mounted my Google Drive locally on my Linux machine. So that's why I had that idea immediately, and I don't have to, there was no trouble for me copying those using a single command. Just the thing is that I knew that both the drives, both my Google Drives could be mounted locally on the Linux machine. Okay, so once you know that drives could be mounted, if you are already aware of that, then you guys know why just into week one you know that you can either in week 1 or at most in week 2, you guys will know that you can copy a lot of files from one place to another in single command. Okay, so these are the things that will be very much beneficial for you. You can there's a periodic cron job kind of thing in Linux that you will learn actually late into the course. But what that does is you can periodically, you can like uh, plan and just automatically whatever job you want to run every week or every month or every day, and what time, whatever time it is, you can run that job every day at whatever interval you want, I mean. So these kind of flexibilities are there. So if you want to approach it for learning, the best thing is install it. Somehow you can use it with full privileges, get into it all in. Okay, by practicing
Okay.
just on Replit, you won't get the all the gist. Second thing is practice each and every assignment. That should be sufficient for you to learn, but explore explore more things if you want to get expert in that. So this course is aimed at learning, not making you an expert. A lot of things
Okay,
are
sir.
out of the scope of this course that cannot be covered in 8 weeks. So keep a mindset of curiosity. That will be very good for you. And in terms of learning for writing scripts, or if you want to do something and a command has the option, so just develop a habit to check the man pages for that. So if you develop a habit to check man pages along with Google search or whatever, you would be able to accomplish a lot of tasks yourself. If you directly see the solution, you won't develop the skills to create the solutions. You will develop those skills very late. So best is don't see the solutions, just see the references if you want to check any references, either through main page or even through Google search or whatever, but just as less as references as you can, and rely as much as you want, as much as you can on main pages. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so I will tell you the solution, I will give you the hint for moving a lot of files or something. uh, let me share my screen. Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it zoomed now? The text?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it with, yeah.
It's sufficient, sir.
Okay. So now if we do ls, okay, it will show me all the files. Now if I do ls a.sh, what will that do? It will search if a.sh is there, and if it is there, it will show me ls a.ssh. No file is there. Okay. Now if you want to search for all the files that has extension .sh, you can do this. Star. So star is a wildcard character, you can assume. That means anything .sh. And if somebody would have used this in Windows search, they would know that this is a standard, everybody uses it. Even the regular expression star has a similar meaning. So got it? In your Windows search also, if you just enter star.sh or suppose star.pdf, it will search for all the PDF files in Windows also. So this is very simple. That's why. So this is this concept is not specific to Linux. And if
So
this
they were
works in
available using
LS,
file type.
yeah,
So in Windows, traditionally I was using file type, but it is something new. So
yeah, you guys can try that in Windows star.
Hmm.
So you guys can also try like let's see. So dir. Okay. So let's try this. ls dir star. It has listed all the files or directories whose name starts with dir and whatever. It could be anything after that. Doesn't matter. Got it? So this is the meaning of star.
okay, sir.
Now let's now let you guys can see this, right? Now I have told you how star works. Now if I've asked you to list all the files that ends with the word script and no extension, that ends with the word script, what will the command be? Ls, tell me.
Star
Uh,
Star and after star
script.
script.
script, not s, sorry, without s. Okay, just that. So it has listed this. Now if I want you to search for all the file names that have the keyword script in it, anywhere in the file name with the with capital S. So this is only if the name ends with capital S. I want you to search for file names where this capital S script could appear anywhere in the file name, either in start or in middle or anywhere. What do we do?
We will use star at the starting at the end.
Yes, this means anything could be in place of first star, anything could be in place of last star. It could be nothing, it could be any word, any string, or it could be nothing. So it has searched for it. Got it?
So will it search in case sensitive manner or
It is the output is generally case sensitive if you pipe it. If you don't pipe it, then also I think it is case sensitive. Yes, it is case sensitive. This okay. You are asking about the case sensitiveness. Yes, it will be case sensitive. If you don't want case sensitive, then there are options for uh, the regular expressions you will have to use. I don't know if that works with ls. So this is the thing. Okay, this works. So you will get to learn this. If you want something that is not case sensitive, then you can use it this way. If you want s to be capital or small both, but this, if you want a case insensitive to search completely, then there is a command for that also. You can pipe your ls output to that command and grab it. Okay, this is another way. So you will learn this later. Currently this is working and you will learn this also later. What does this mean?
this is just like a placeholder, but a one character will be there.
Only one character will be used from inside the bracket. What do we call it? Don't get confused for now. Some people may be knowing, but this is not for a, this is just a demonstration that we can do that because you are somebody asked it. But what currently I was telling you guys is the use of a star is very simple, and for simple tasks you guys don't need to know a lot of the regular expressions completely. Just knowing star should be sufficient. Now if you can use star with ls, just try ls with other commands. and you should be able to solve practice assignments. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So anything else in practice assignment that's troubling you other than this? Let me check.
Sir, there is one doubt, sir. How to exit VI editor, sir? I'm not aware.
So how to exit via editor?
Yeah.
Just wherever whichever mode you are in, press escape and then colon. So you will come into command mode. Okay.
It's not working.
Just a second. I will tell you.
You can press escape colon and then
See
press
this.
Q and enter.
See. So in whichever mode you are, escape is not always required. But suppose you are in edit mode and you press colon, the colon will be printed. That's why I told you to use escape and then colon. Now, after pressing colon, you come into command mode. So there are the command to exit is Q. But if you have made any changes and if you have not saved it, it will warn you. So if you don't want to save changes, this is the command Q and exclamation mark. If you want to save changes and exit, this is the command. This will save the changes and exit. Got it? So suppose we make some changes. New, we have added new, but then we close it this way and we again open it. The first line new is not printed. It's not saved. Got it? Because we changed it using, we saved exited using the Q and exclamation. Now I have added another this hash. Now we'll close it using WQ. Now again open it. That hash is there. Got it? Still, are you not able to close it?
Yeah. Got it, sir.
Okay.
I'm able to do that.
Yeah, in one of the weeks we have lectures on editors. So not just VI editor, there will be a lot of other editors that will be discussed, but you are not expected again the same thing. You are not expected to practice all the editors. You are expected to practice only one of the editors. And you will have to answer questions only on that editor. Yeah. Hello. Somebody was saying something.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is hypervisor?
So a hypervisor is a thing that supports virtual machine, but that is a concept of operating system. That is not related to our course, I would say.
Okay, sir. So is it like a software or we don't have to bother about this?
So hypervisor is a software.
So it's application software or just taking some part of operating system also.
So if you talk about system software or application software, this would fall under system software, but there is not a very clear standard on this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So there is a hardware support also required for virtual machines to run smoothly, and so that support is nowadays already there in the processors, or we would say on the board, complete board.
Like, sir, we are when we are typing our command in the terminal of the virtual machine, sir said
Yeah.
that all the commands execute results are thrown out by the bash of the Linux itself. But my system is Windows, so how does
No,
it
no, I didn't
all?
get you. So can you repeat?
So I'm saying that sir said in the lectures that all the commands that we are putting in the terminal,
Yeah.
the result of that are executed by the bash, Linux bash, and they are thrown out.
Yes. So bash is a born again shell. That is the name of the shell. And by default on Ubuntu, the shell that you spawn is bash. So that shell is also bash. You can spawn
Sir, but
another bash shell from inside the same shell. Okay, so bash is not bash does not exactly mean a shell. A shell has a lot of different flavors. Bash is one of them. But for our course, whenever we say shell, it refers to bash. Just remember that, because we for this is just for the sake of consistency, so that we can evaluate you on using the questions. We can have some consistency between on what you use and what we use for designing the questions and you use for answering the questions. That's why we use bash. Otherwise, there are a lot of other shells also I have mentioned that you guys can use and you can practice. Give me a second, guys. Hey, sorry, I'm back. So have I answered the question? Have I answered your question? Hello, somebody was asking related to bash. So was
Sir,
this
I
your
got that,
question?
but not completely, because I was asking that हमारे जो system है उसमें Windows installed है.
हाँ जी.
तो
So
अपना जो bash है, that is ये ultimately जो hypervisor जो अपना software है, वो अपने system resources को utilize कर रहा है. So
okay.
that is मतलब कि Windows के नीचे भी अपना bash होता है Linux का, या फिर वो independently install उसने किया है?
Okay, so you are saying that is Linux run directly talking to the hardware, or is it talking to the hardware through Windows?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is a lot of details related to virtual machines. So that I am also not completely sure about. It has been a long time I have studied about these things, so I don't remember. But virtual machines are not same as application software. Not exactly same. They have some control over the resources where the host operating system cannot interfere. But the exact details you are after, you can post that as exploratory and you can tag us. You can tag me, Ankur Parmar, and Santana Krishna, and we will look up for this and we'll get back.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So in the second PPA, we are having like we use the file command in the lectures itself. Sir use it, and we were able to like जिस तरह का उसमें फॉर्मेट है वो लंबा सा कोड्स देख के कि SK2 लिखा है या फिर
Yes.
उस पे किस तरह का फाइल लिखा है, we were able to grasp its format. लेकिन यहाँ पर जो PPA 2 में ये जो दे रखा है यहाँ पर स्पेसिफिकली ये पूछा है कि भाई आप वो जस्ट प्रिंट करें टाइप ऑफ दैट.
Yes,
So
in this
is there,
format.
yeah, in a specific format. So how should we do it?
Yeah. So generally, if these type of questions are asked in later weeks, you would be required to process the output. But in this week, you just if you know what type of output some command gives, and if this is same, then you don't need to process the output. Got it?
Sir, actually, we need to process here output here itself, no? But how should
you need to
we
explore the
just?
command with different options. Try that. You will
Sir,
get
like
some option without you will get some option which will give the output exactly in this format.
Okay, sir, I will explore it.
Yes, explore those things. But I'm saying that in PPA2, generally it should not be expected from whatever I remember. And if it is expected from you, then this is a mistake from our team, and we can discuss that. But I don't think so. I have not seen this kind of issue last time. There should be some option that will give you exactly this output.
I will just revise it because I don't remember any option that we can filter out the result output result itself.
Yeah. Try that. Otherwise, we'll discuss this more on discourse.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, in the graded assignment, it is showing there are only one private test case. Are there more private test cases hidden, or only one?
So public test cases are shown to you.
Yeah, and when we submit 1 out of 1 private test case passing, it
That
shows.
means there's only one.
Okay. So in the 5th graded assignment, there were 2 actions we had to perform. One is move, and the second one is delete.
Yes.
But I am not deleting, but it is passing the test case. So that is the issue.
Okay. So.
And the question was saying that the directory was only had one file. So for a long time, I was trying to delete that directory, but after that, I tried the ls command, and I saw there were more files. So like the question is now like passing the private test case for me now, but one thing I tried was not to remove the directory, and still it passed. So yeah.
So the question is that you should move only the file directory dir2. No, I don't think it should pass. If you are not deleting the directory dir1, then it should not pass the test case.
I only wrote the move command, and the second line I did not write. I tried submitting and it passed. So yeah, should I like email someone, or like post the?
Just a second, let me try that just now.
So same is happening with me.
You are seeing you guys have written. Okay, just a second. Okay, we'll take care of this. I can see the issue.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, guys. So I'm waiting for your doubts. So is soft link and hard link discussed in week 1? Does anybody remember? See who has seen the videos?
Yes, sir, it is discussed.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
it's discussed.
Okay. So does anybody want to talk about it?
So
Sure, sir.
like the only thing I understood is like the number of folders. If you increase it, the number of hard links or that number increases. Beyond that, I don't know much. Understand
Okay.
much.
So anybody else who has understood?
So for the hard link, I understood that each folder is provided with a unique inode, and that number is corresponding to that file. If we are अगर उसकी एक further सब डायरेक्टरी बनते हैं जो उसी को रेफर करते हैं तो उसका इनकोड सेम रहता है और नंबर ऑफ उसके जितनी बारी वो इनकोड आइनोड रिपीट होगा उतने उसके हार्ड डिस्क ये हार्ड लिंक्स बढ़ते जाएंगे. दैट इज वन आइनोड इक्वल टू वन hard link. And sir, for the soft link, I understood that it is just like symbolic link or something.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
the
Anybody
symbolic
else?
link? Yeah, the symbolic link
for
thing. Is it like shortcuts we have like in Windows?
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything in Windows that is similar to hard links? Anybody? There's nothing. Windows doesn't support that. That is by design. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. So let me find a resource for
Sir,
you guys.
will not that mean कि अगर हमें एक डायरेक्टली एक फोल्डर में कोई फाइल्स चाहिए तो हमें वहाँ पर कॉपी या शॉर्टकट ही बनाना पड़ेगा वहाँ पर
No,
विंडोज
no,
में.
I didn't get you. Please repeat.
सर अगर वहाँ पर हार्ड लिंक अवेलेबल नहीं है तो इसका मतलब ये है कि हमें अगर एक फोल्डर में वो चाहिए तो हमें वहाँ पर उसकी कॉपी या फिर एक शॉर्टकट बनाना पड़ेगा पूरी पूरी फाइल्स का विंडो में.
Windows में either you create a shortcut or you create a copy. There is no concept of hard link. So I will tell you what exactly the differences are. Okay, so for next 10 minutes, we will discuss this. Two topics are there. Symbolic links is one of them. Okay, so the question was related to hard links, like what do we do in a Windows if you want to if you want content of some file, if you want to link some file in some other folder, there are only two ways. Either you can copy it or you can create a shortcut. Okay, so now is this visible to you guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is discussed in first week, right? Now I will talk mostly about this thing, this that you would be seeing RWX, 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 these 9 bits that you guys would be seeing. So how does whenever sir says that sir uses some command and uses some number 777, how does that translate to all permissions for all three? Okay, so firstly, this file permission string that is of 9 bits, 3 bits for each, 3 for first 3 for user, first second next 3 for the group, and next 3 for everybody else. So firstly, in Linux, like Windows, Linux is also a multi-user system. Multiple users can use the same system, and you can even create groups. And in large settings, like for in colleges or like in organizations, there can be the groups are very useful. So there is one group for people who have taken system commands, one group who have taken Python. Okay, and there are a lot of users added to a system. So all the other users will be in the category others. Okay, got it. So now if there is some file that we want to give read permissions only to Python users, we can do that because we have a group for that. If you want to give permissions for some file only to system command users, we can do that. If you want to give permissions to only for these two and nobody else, then we can do that. And if you want to give permissions to readable permissions on some file, so suppose that is some instructions related to entire institute, then we can just give to everybody else. And user means the owner of the file who has created that file. Okay, user does not mean you can give permissions to specific user here. User means to the owner. What are the permissions to the owner of the file? So first 3 bits represent that, and every 3 bit is a combination of every 3 bit. First bit represents read permission, second represent write permission, and third represent execute permission. So if the first bit is a 1, so just consider these 3 R, W, and X. So if the first bit is 1, that means read permission is available. If the second bit is also 1, that means write permission is available. If third bit is also 1, that means execute permission is available. Got it? Now there are 3 bits, and how many combinations can be there? There can be only 1 and 0. 2 into 2 into 2, 8. Simple rule. Got it? So how many
Yes, sir.
binary numbers of 3 digit, either you call it combination or you say it in that way, how many binary numbers of 3 digits are possible? On the right side there's a table, just have a look at that. These are the
8,
binary numbers that are possible. Okay, now can anybody tell me the binary number corresponding to number 3 is? What
0,
does
1,
that
1.
Zero,
what does that
one.
represent in terms of read, write, execute permissions?
It
It
is
will mean that
writable and
we are giving
executable.
all the permission.
But write and execute are available.
Write and execute are available. Got it? The first bit, what is the first bit for? Read, and that is 0. That means number 3 represents no read but write and execute. Number 4, what does number 4 means?
Sir, only read permission.
Read permissions
Sir,
but
only
no
read
write or
permission.
execute permissions. Number 5
Yes.
means read permissions and execute permissions but
Execute
no write permission.
No
Number
write
0 means
permission.
no permissions at all. Number 7 means all the permissions. Okay, so this is the way you go about it. You don't need to like memorize them. This is simple. You guys would already know how to get a binary number of a decimal number. Okay, just the key here is that you will be dealing with 3 bit numbers, and that will be 3 numbers. Okay, now we have got to know what 0, 1, 2, 3, 8, 0 to 7, what does each number mean. Now for every type of every category, that is either user, group, or others, you can use a number in the command to change the permissions. Okay, so you can give 3 decimal numbers with the command. So okay, so here in the example here we are talking about you can see that 4770. What does 470 means? First, let's expand it. What is the binary number for 4? 100. What is the binary number for 7? 111. What is the binary number for 0? 000. So what will be the permission string corresponding to this? Wherever it is 1, whatever the corresponding RWX is, that will be available. For the first one, R, then dash dash means 0, then dash dash. Then for the second one, RWX all for the group, read, write, and execute, all three are available, and for others, no permission are available. This means 470. Now tell me a binary number where we want to give only write permissions to everybody, user group and others, all. What will be the 3-digit decimal number to use with ch command? Yeah, which one? 222. If I say that I want to give only read and write permissions, nothing else, to user and group, and no permissions to others, what will be the number?
666.
Sir, 660.
No. Just stop.
660.
Again, I will repeat the question again. Okay, I want to give read and write permissions to user and group and no permission to others.
660.
This is that simple. Now I hope you guys would have understood what file permission string means. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर इसमें
Now-
यूजर जो है वो खुद भी रिवोक कर सकते अपने राइट परमिशन को, लाइक अगर हम किसी तरह का डाटा हमेशा खाली फ्यूचर में रीड के लिए अवेलेबल या एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए रखना चाहे लेकिन कोई इस पर चेंज ना कर पाए.
If it is if there are more than one administrators of the system, they would be able to change it. By default, they don't have permission to change it, but they can override it. Okay. But a normal user, there are type of users. There is nothing in this slide that is talking about type of users. So there are different types of users on Linux. Don't get confused with whatever I am saying next with this slide. Okay. So there in Windows also you have administrator, you have guest. So similarly in Linux also you have different levels of users.
So
That's why I'm saying not all the users can change, but some users would be able to. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I have a doubt. Can we have a write permission without having a read permission, something like that in Linux?
Yes, you can have it. It may sound absurd, but it is possible.
Okay.
Try that.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
like exactly what is the difference between read and execute?
Okay, so let me demonstrate that to you guys.
So yes, sir, like when we open a directory, is it reading or is it executing?
That also will I will come to on the next slide. First, let's talk about what reading and executing means on a file. You guys, can you guys see the terminal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's try something else. Otherwise, so this is our file test.sh and the contents are echo I am executed. So this command will print I am executed. So the task of running test.sh is only to print I am executed. Whenever test.sh will run successfully, I am executed will be printed. If it doesn't run successfully, I am executed will not be printed. Okay. Now let's check what are the permissions of test.sh. So what are the permissions for test.sh? Do I have execute permissions on it?
No.
Okay,
Only
so
read.
the first bit. Here there are 10 bits. In the slide, we have discussed the next 9 bits. The first bit tells you if the file is a directory or what type of file it is. Okay. Yeah. So you can clearly see that I have read and write permissions on this file, but not execute permissions on this file. So
Yes.
will this, so there is a way to run this script directly from, yeah, and that way is this. Is not as such. What is the output?
Permission denied.
Permission denied. Got it? Because I don't have execute permissions, but I have read permissions. Still, I can run this command. How? Now this is, I am able to run this command. Why am I able to run this command?
Because of the read permission.
Because we have read permissions, but we are not executing this directly. We are executing it using a bash command. Okay. So what this command will do, this command will go and read the contents of test.sh, and then it will run the commands inside it. Although the results of these both command test.sh directly and bash test.sh will be same if we have execute permissions, but without execute permissions you cannot do this. You can either do bash test.sh, you can do vim test.sh,
So
you can
bash
read
is
it
like
like
a,
this. You can even do read it using cat command. Okay, but if you want to run this command successfully, if you want to run this command successfully, you have to give yourself execute permissions.
so bash is like a compiler thing, is it?
Yeah, bash is a shell. It will it is running your all the commands here also, na? This command, this is also run by bash. It is
Okay.
an interpreter.
Okay. No, I was asking like the command bash. So you give like bash test.sh. So I was
Yeah,
asking about that.
that is not
So,
compile. That's what I'm saying. It's not a compiler. It's an interpreter. It doesn't
okay.
generate
So
intermediate
okay.
code. It directly runs the code.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the bash
Okay.
command is just to display the file.
No, bash command is to run the file, but not. So there is a difference by direct in this way and running through bash. See, now it has executed because now I have execute permissions. Got it?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I am able to, because this is called execution. Although we call this execution, but for Linux, this command bash dash.sh, this is not execution. For Linux, bash dash.sh is not execution. Got it?
Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
this command to Linux, it means that run bash with this input. The input to bash is test.sh. And what will bash do? It will run all the commands that is inside test.sh. So bash is basically reading test.sh. That's why we are able to execute a file without execute permissions using bash, but not directly. This /test.sh,
Okay.
this means executing the command directly. Okay.
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 So, yeah. So similarly, if you would have had here some movie, so I can just type movie.avi, and it would have been configured that AVI files will open with VLC. So it will open with VLC if it has execute permissions. If it doesn't have execute permissions, you will be able to open the movie using this command.
Okay.
Okay, so it is similar. It's not just specific to bash. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, now for directories, what does read permission and execute permission means? If you have execute permissions, actually I think you guys should explore that. I can tell you very easily, but that is related to listing and listing the contents of directory. That is one thing, and the second thing is like, let me tell you, share my screen first. Okay. So just a second. Yeah. So yeah. So can anybody try just now and tell me what is the difference between read and execute permissions on a directory? And then after that, I want you guys to try this. Just make a note of these things, whatever is on the screen. And I won't be answering this. You guys should try this. The second one, without read permission, try ls. Try it just now. Then I will tell you what is the difference between execute and read permissions on a directory. Anybody tried it? Okay, I will give you a hint. So there are two operations that you can perform on a directory. One is using the ls command. You can list the contents of the directory. Another is using cd command. You can enter into the directory. Now, which of these sounds you more like executing? Listing or
CD.
seeding into? Which one does it
CD.
sound like executing?
CD to execute.
Yes. So if you want to make your if you want to make that directory your working directory, you will have to cd into it, right? For that you would need execute permissions, and if you want to list the contents of the directory, you would need read permission. This is the difference. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now try some bits related to parent directory. If parent directory doesn't have permissions and the other directory has it, what happens and how is the behavior? I want you guys to work on that. Now let's come to symbolic link and hard links and soft links. So firstly, what is an inode? So I don't go into details. That is a deep operating system concept. So I will just give you a very briefly whatever is very much important for you guys to know. On from that point of view, I will tell you what an inode is. So you can understand that an inode is the actual file without any name, just by the ID. Inode is the ID of the file. Okay. Now, just a bit of more details for those who are curious. So on hard disk, there is a file. If you store a file, it would go and store be stored on the hard disk. So now on hard disk, there are a lot of blocks. The file may be continuous, and the file may not be stored continuously on the hard disk. So for that purpose, to keep a track of what blocks are occupied by the file, this inode plays the role. Okay. So suppose the file is 100 MB and one block is 1 MB. So there would be 100 blocks used by the file on hard disk by 100 MB block. If the block size is 1 MB, then what are the location of those 100 blocks is stored into inode. So inode is the information of the actual file, and every inode has a number. That is the ID of the file, I would say. Every file has a inode that is fixed. You got till here this point? Okay. Now inode just doesn't store the information regarding the data. It also has the metadata about the file. Who is the owner? what permissions on this file are available. Okay, so it is data plus metadata information both. Got it? So this is the inode. Now the biggest difference between a hard link and a soft link is that hard links points to the same inode and soft links point to the hard link. Got it? So hard link is just a way of saying that this inode can be named by 2 different ways, 3 different ways, or whatever number of hard links are there. And soft link points to hard link. Got it? Any doubts, guys?
So just to clarify, so when we have hard links, so is it like pointing to, like when we get into each directory, we'll have those 2 hidden files, right? Like the single dot and the double dot.
Oh, great.
That is
So
one.
I have, yeah, please go ahead with your question. I have got something else to share with you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
I
guys
just
go ahead.
wanted to ask, so like does the hard link like point to that single dot within the directory that we are pointing it to?
Does the hard link?
So like when we have a directory,
Yeah.
right, we have 2 hidden files, right? Like one is for the directory itself, and the other one for the parent directory, that single dot and double dot.
Okay, you're talking about single dot, double dot. Okay.
Yeah, so when we create a hard link, let's say somewhere else that points to this particular directory, does it point to that single dot, or like is that something else?
You're creating hard link, right?
Yeah.
Hard link doesn't point to any other hard links. They point directly to the inode.
Okay.
So it won't point to double dot or single dot anywhere. It will point to the actual inode.
But when we have soft links, like it points to something like that.
So this is the diagram. Can you see this diagram, guys?
Yes, yes.
Hello, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now there is a file that I created with the name file1. Okay. That has some contents in it. That is represented by inode number 2. Okay. Now if I create a hard link for file1, what will it do with the name file2? That will also point to the same inode. Okay. And then after that, if I create a file named file3 and as a soft link that points to file1, so that will be a soft link. And what is the difference between copy and hard link? So suppose I create I run the command cp file1 space file4. That means I'm creating a copy with the name file4 of file1. So actually the same space will be occupied in the disk for file4, because each and every bit of file1 will be copied to a new location in disk for creating copy. Now, so this is diagram. Now just grasp this diagram, then I will ask one question. Any issues with this diagram? Hello?
No, sir. But
Any
like the
doubts?
file, the file3, the soft link.
Yeah.
So it was created on like
File1.
File. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir, it is clear.
It is clear. Now tell me, if I change something in file1, that changes will be reflected in which of the files? File 2, file 3, file 4. Out
File
of these
3.
three, yeah, file 3 will have those changes, and
File 2 also.
File 1 and 2.
File 1 I have
Yeah,
made the
file 2.
changes.
Yeah, file 2 as well.
File 2 also the changes will be there. Will the changes be there in file 4?
No.
No.
No, sir.
No.
So everybody got this, or do I need to demonstrate this on the terminal?
No, sir. It is clear.
Clear.
If anybody wants me to, I can.
It would be nice if you could demonstrate.
Okay. Will you tell me the commands one after another to do this? Tell me the commands.
Hello, sir.
I
Yes,
have
sir.
file 1, existing file 1. I want to create a hard link named file 2 for file 1. Tell me the command.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sir, if I change the content in file 1, then it will reflect in file 3 or not?
It will.
It will reflect.
Yes.
Okay.
Because file 3 is no other file. It is same as file 1.
And
file-
in file 2, it will
Yeah, file
reflect.
2 also. Yeah. Because they are pointing to the same
node,
location.
same inode. Okay.
Same inode.
Okay.
So if you talk about inode, just for the sake of understand that inode is the physical existence of file on a head disk. So inode is not a simple data structure. Inode is a very complicated data structure. We don't want to get into that. That is a
Sir,
separate
hello.
study.
Hello, sir.
Just
I have a doubt. Sir, if the file 1 deleted by mistake, then the content of the file 3 will disappear or not?
File 3 won't be accessible.
Would not be accessible. But file 2.
I want this question to be answered by others. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your complete question.
But sir, file 2 will also accessible.
Anybody? Can anybody answer
File,
the question?
will
The
just
question
point to
here
a
is,
empty
let me
file.
repeat the question. If file 1 is deleted in this structure, whatever is on the screen, what will happen to the accessibility of file 2 and file 3? Will they be accessible or not?
no.
Sir,
Okay.
I think file 2 will be
Because
accessible.
I think file 2 will be file 3
accessible.
won't.
Okay.
Because
So what?
2 points to the inode. So whatever is coming in that.
So you are saying if we delete file 1, file 2 also won't be accessible.
No, but no. I mean, if the inode is replaced with something else, like if that particular space is replaced with something else,
If
in
that
the same
space is
inode.
freed, but that space won't be freed. So how it is designed in Linux is that if there is at least one reference to the inode. Okay, here how many references are there for inode 2? There are 2 references, file 1 and file 2. So if there is at least one reference to an inode, that inode won't be deleted from the disk. That file won't be deleted from the disk. Got it? Because somebody is referencing it. That means that is not deleted completely. So if you delete file 1, file 2 will be available, but file 3 won't be accessible.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And file 4 has no relationship with file 1 directly now.
Yes.
The relationship ended as soon as the copy was created. What if file 2 is deleted? When we delete file 2, will file 1 and file 3 be accessible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so they
Got
will
it?
be.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubts? Yeah. So somebody was saying that let's practice this. Let's check this on terminal. Who was that?
It was me, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me command after command for this. Firstly, I am creating a file.
The touch file one or something like that.
Just a second. So this is our contents of the file. File 1 is existing. Now, how do I create a hard link to file 1? Tell me the command.
Anyone see the screen? I think the screen is not visible.
Oh, sorry. Joyce,
Yes, sir.
let's work on this together. Okay. Others for now don't answer the questions. Who have already understood how things are done. Others can answer. Now tell me how to create a hard link to file 1.
Sir, I don't know that.
Okay, no issues. Anybody else? What is the command?
ln and then the original file
Yeah.
and
Then
the name of the hard link.
okay. ls minus li will give the hard inodes also. These are the inodes. So Joyce, can you see that the inodes are same after we have created the hard link?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now if I tell you that just to create a soft link, just use -s option. Now how do I create a soft link to file 1 with the name file 3? Tell me the command. You can type in the chat also if you want the command. The option to be used is -s.
-s.
Yeah.
File 1, file 3.
Okay. Yeah. File 1 and file 3. So this will create a soft link named as file 3 to file 1, and we can see it here. File 3 points to file 1. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to create a copy of file 1 named as file 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Now let's see the state. There is a copy created, and the inode is different for copy also and soft link also. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now what I was saying is, what are the contents of all the files? Are they same?
Yes, sir.
Now let's add some content to file 2. I am adding echo line 2 to file 2. If you don't understand how I'm adding, don't get into it. You will learn this in next lecture otherwise. So this will add line 3 string to file 2. Now let's see the contents of file 2. Line 3 is added. Got it? What will happen to file 1? Will file 1 and file 2 file 3 also have the same contents or other content?
Same content.
Joyce?
Yes, sir.
What do you
Same
think?
content.
Same content, right?
Yeah.
Right, we are right. What about file 4? Will it have the same content or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why? Because it is a copy.
Copy,
Now the
yeah.
physical existence of a copy file is different. So we were right.
Okay.
This shows that we were right. Whatever
Yeah.
we have understood, that is correct. Now let's now which file should I remove? File 1 or file 2?
File
1 or 2?
File 1, sir.
1.
So,
Now will file 3 be accessible?
no. Should.
No, sir.
No. Will file 2 be accessible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So can you show us ls now? Okay. So
yeah.
So when we deleted file 1,
yes,
the symbolic link is still there.
Yes. It
Okay.
is just a link.
Okay.
It is a shortcut that is pointing to nothing. It is pointing to something, but that file does not exist.
Okay.
Okay.
So the file itself is just a name now on that inode.
Yes. Now the second important thing for creating soft link and hard links is that let's do this. Let's create this soft link file 3 to file 2, pointing to file 2. File exists. Let's create fifth one. Okay, we are giving it the wrong way. Sorry. That's why. Now, we have file 5 pointing to file 2. Got it? So if we do cat file 5, it will print. But what about cd dot? Now we do cat. I know that this is under test directory. So file 2, it will print it. What about file 5? It's still printing it. Because, okay.
Is it
Yeah,
because like
sometimes
it is
what I wanted to say is that this is one way of giving a soft creating a soft link. The other way is using the absolute paths. This is the relative path. So I don't want you guys to get into it just now, but just remember that whenever this concept of absolute and relative path comes, just pay attention on that. Okay. So I will tell you what is absolute and relative paths. Very simple. So the relative path for file 2 is, so if I want to print file 2, I can print it this way. The absolute path is from slash, from root. So I can print file 2 like this also. Got it? This command, I can use it anywhere. It will print the file in any directory. It is printing. What about this? In this directory, will it print? No. So this is the difference between absolute and relative path. This is the absolute path of the file. This will work from anywhere. And this is relative to our folder. And what is the relative path for file 2 from here? That is here. We know that test is inside this and file 2 is inside this. So this is the relative path with relative to the current folder, whatever it is. This is absolute path and this is relative to the other folder where we were in. Okay, guys.
so
Yes, sir.
So you can use this path also to create hard links, soft links. Try that. How does that matter? Okay. Any other doubts for today? I'm done from my side.
so can you tell like there was this thing, right? Like we cannot create I think a soft link for a directory.
You cannot create a soft link for a directory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like it says that it is not possible, right?
I don't think so.
Is it soft link or hard link? Like there is one, like one of them is not possible, right?
I think we cannot create a hard link for the directory, but we can create soft link.
Yeah, it was that.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. If file one present in a one folder, and can I create a hard link for file 2 in another folder or not?
You can. That's why I have given you the concept. I was describing the concept of absolute and relative path.
Okay. Sir, can I get the PDF that you share in your session?
That I will ask Krishnan to upload it on in the miscellaneous content on the portal. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, sir?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so it was a hard link. So for the directory, like why is it like not possible? Is it like just a property or like is there
let me
something
check
special?
Just a second. Let me check that if I am also not able to do that. Yes, hard links I am not able to create it. And okay, so generally what I remember from last time also we were trying to understand this. So if you are so the thing is that there is a directory structure. That namespace is scanned by the operating system to check what are the empty blocks, and a lot of internal processing happens. Okay.
Yes.
So there is a possibility of creating a loop of directories with hard links.
Okay.
You can create a
Okay.
soft link for a directory,
Yes.
but you cannot create a soft link for another soft link. Can you?
Oh, I haven't tried that. Okay.
You cannot.
Okay.
That is why while in this it is not possible, but in case of hard link it is possible. You could link one file 1 to file 2 and file 2 to file 1.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if that is
Okay.
possible, then in case in the directory, if you are given that feature, then you would be able to create loops. The
Okay. So
directory
it
scanning
will.
will never end. So for you
Okay.
through GUI, if you are doing that, it's not a big problem. But suppose think of something, if you are running a command that searches recursively inside all the subdirectories, that command will never end.
Okay. Yeah. It will come back to this directory and then go, and once it finds this, it will again go to that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you explain the main purpose of creating the soft links? Because if hard link if any hard link will delete, then soft link will also be deleted. Then can you explain this?
So soft link is kind of giving you less privileges. Hard link is kind of giving you complete privileges of the file.
Okay.
That is why.
Say,
So if I want to give you some permissions on a file, I can create a soft link and give you permissions accordingly.
Okay,
But
sir.
I won't give
Means,
any other permissions on the actual file to you. That is
okay,
possible.
okay, okay. Can I means I can give different permissions to the file?
Yes. So and soft link you don't. So there is a different purpose for soft link. If you delete soft link, it doesn't matter much. If you delete hard link, it is more risky. That is why.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the purposes are different. If you create a hard link in some other directory, you can be sure that if you even if you delete this the original hard link, the original file, the content of the file won't be lost because there is another hard link pointing to the same IP.
Okay, okay.
So that is for the purpose. Yeah, guys. So this is it for today from my side, and I hope you guys would have understood whatever we discussed today.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was helpful.
yes, sir.
So if there are no other doubts, I would like to close the session. I have another session in a few minutes.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
Thank you, sir.
bye bye, guys. Happy learning.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.